Reinhardt. I'm ACD's Registry Coordinator, and I'm really excited to chat with you a little bit about CreatineInfo. So, for those of you, maybe new to our space, ACD has a patient registry called CreatineInfo. It's a patient registry and natural history study. Often we will just call it the registry, but it is a natural history study. My goal today is really twofold. One, I want to provide some updates about the CreatineInfo, and I think of these as kind of like small pieces, little projects that we're working on here and there. But then I want to take a larger step back and look and see how we can take all of these individual pieces that we're working on and show how this can help us in supporting clinical trials for these conditions. So, let's take a glance at where we're at with the registry. We have met our initial goal of reaching 200 participants enrolled in the CreatineInfo registry, which is really exciting. That was one of the kind of foundational goals we had. We have representation from all three conditions. We have a range of ages. We have a distribution, we have about 80% male, 20% female, and we have representation from around the globe, mostly in North America and Europe, but I'm hoping that we can grow as we have some changes upcoming in offering translations of our registry so we can grow our global community. Just pressed for time, so I'll skip ahead. Hopefully some of you were able to attend the poster session last night. We have a couple of posters about the work that we're doing. We have about two surveys that we launched on the registry. The first was a partnership with an industry collaborator where we developed a custom survey assessing oral medication preferences, and that was a really fun survey to develop with some very interesting findings, so I encourage you to go next door and check that out. And then our most recent survey was about cardiovascular health in CCDS patients in collaboration with Dr. Mark Levin at the NIH. So again, not going to go through details. Go check out the poster. Come chat with me if you have some questions. As Amanda discussed this morning, we've been critical. We've developed a partnership with the CCDS variant curation expert panel. Also a poster next door. Really, this is a project that I've really enjoyed supporting. Being able to help the reclassification of variants within our registry has been really great. So again, check that out. We've also been really busy. I know this seems small, we've updated our website, but it's actually been a really important step for us to provide some transparency and provide some additional education to new families as we continue to grow, to encourage families to join the registry as well as our partners, industry partners, and researchers to provide some more information about the registry. And in particular, I want to call out, we have our protocols, our consent documents, everything is on the website so you can see, and so it's very, we're very transparent with our processes. And so that being said, we have also restructured our regulatory boards. And again, to try to be very mindful and considerate of who is there's a lot of responsibility here working with patient data, patient and caregiver reported data. And so it's important that we have people on board who can help us make these decisions and make sure that we're headed in the right direction. So you don't need to read this slide, but really it's just to show that we've been very purposeful. We have a diverse group of stakeholders working with us to help us make decisions, especially on your far right. We have a family advisory board, and so they've been our critical partners with us from the get-go, who are very involved in the development of the registry and the surveys that we launch, providing feedback about language and, is this family friendly? Does this make sense? Are we missing key elements in the surveys that we're releasing? So this can feel rather mundane, but it's a really, really important step in ensuring that our registry is done appropriately and is scientifically sound. And most recently, we are finally migrating. We're moving our registry to an updated platform. So our registry, CreatineInfo, is currently hosted on Nord's I Am Rare platform. And they have launched an updated version 2.0, and we are currently migrating as we speak. And so just a few benefits of that migration. We will be able to offer our registry and all of our surveys in French and Spanish. So we're really, really excited to be able to offer that and bring in more individuals to our registry. It'll also offer the development and incorporation of global unique identifiers. I know that was some side discussions that I've heard today, so that's really exciting. We'll also be able to expand the types of data that we could collect, and then just in general, it's just a better user interface for everyone. So we're really excited to be finally migrating. Okay, so let's take a step back. And look at how all of these individual pieces can come together to support clinical trials. And I want to bring to your attention some guidance that was recently released by the FDA back in December about using real-world data, specifically using registry data. And this guidance is for sponsors who are wanting to use registry to support regulatory decision-making as they're developing treatments. And in this guidance, they highlight several benefits of using registry data, patient registry data. One, it establishes a natural history of the disease. CreatineInfo is a natural history study. That is something that we are able to do. We can offer, we will offer surveys longitudinally to try to understand better the natural history of these disorders. We can also, our registry can help sponsors, industry partners, help determine sample sizes and selection criteria. Registries can also aid in the recruitment and selection of participants. We've actually done this already. Dr. Grinspan, who you heard speak yesterday about the Ravicti study, we were able to announce that clinical trial for CTD to our CreatineInfo participants and make them aware that this study is happening and provide information about how they can learn more. And then a registry can also support inferences about safety and effectiveness. And specifically, this can be done by serving as an external control, which is really important, especially in rare diseases where the populations are smaller. And then finally, identifying biomarkers or clinical characteristics that are important to the population. And so that leads me into our core outcome set. So we're really excited to have a core outcome set. As Zahra mentioned, the development of the core outcome set was informed by some data that came from the registry. And so now we're going to go full circle. Now that we have a core outcome set, we can use these outcomes to identify, okay, what additional data do we need to collect within in the registry? And so that can drive the types of surveys that we launch. And these are just a few of the surveys that we have kind of in the queue or that we know that we will be releasing. We'll have the communication survey, behavior, seizure survey. We currently have our medical notes survey. This is the way that participants can upload their genetic report, their laboratory reports. That's how we gather data for the variant curation for the VSEP. And then I will point out, We Hear You seizure survey is the next one coming. We are working on it in collaboration with Dr. Sadette Andrews, and so that is going to be the next survey that we release. So we're really excited to do that. So in my 50 seconds here, I just want to do a call to action. Hopefully I have convinced you that you should partner with us. CreatineInfo is awesome. It's a great resource for patient and caregiver reported data. So for patients and caregivers, if you have not joined the registry, I encourage you to do so, to check it out. And then if you have joined the registry, log back in. and see what surveys you have yet to complete. It's really easy to see what's left there to complete. And then also upload your genetic reports and laboratory reports. Clinicians, scientists, researchers, first, invite your patients to join the registry. We would love to have them. And then collaborate with us. We would love to work with you. We probably have some data that you're looking for, but if we don't have it, we would love to partner with you to develop a survey to gather that information to collect the info you need. And with that, I will say thank you very much to our CreatineInfo participants, to our family advisory, regulatory, our oversight and advisory boards, and then the VSEP partnership. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, that's my email. Contact me. I'm happy to help. And I'll take any questions that you have. Thank you.
I do not have any question, but I want to congratulate both you and Zahra because you have done a fantastic job, both in collecting the data, that is you, and Zahra in getting the assessment through, so to reach a consensus among clinicians and family that sometimes is very hard. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Dr. Longo. Thank you.
That was so good. You could literally go.
Thank you.